Hey everyone, it's November 23rd. Going to do a DJT update here. Let's dive into this chart and make some sense of it. So, I'm just going to start out with just diagnosing some VWAPs here. So, we got the volume weighted average price from the high, and we can see that it's been acting as a level of resistance for this time being. We recently just broke above that year to date VWAP high after this huge rally up of 384% that we broke up into that trigger point of the VWAP high for the year. So let's take a VWAP to the inception, to the year to date, to the all time high price. So we get the all time high price right here, and we're going to put a black VWAP there. And we can see that that's been our line in the sand as well, that has been acting as resistance. So recently, right, if we put a Fibonacci to give us some potential levels here, and we could see here after this rally up, so far it's pulled back to about a 61.8% retracement, just above this rising 50-day moving average. Okay, so we could see that we have a key volume profile shelf creating right here that we're starting to build. Above that volume shelf, we could see that we have a couple different VWAPs and the 20-day moving average and the 200-day moving average all coinciding in this place. So we have the year-to-date VWAP low is our gray, the 20-day moving average, which is flat to declining currently, is our blue. We have the year-to-date VWAP low, which is the green. You could see here that has been our guardrail that we bounced, and we're starting to break underneath, and that support could potentially start to see some supply. So if we could start to continue to build this base here for a couple more days, the data on the 20-day moving average is currently trading in a price range of 47.03 to 42.16 area. On Monday, it'll be trading up here, and over the next trading week, data will start to decline off the DJT price. So if we decline and meander a little bit and rally back above over those next, so we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 3 weeks or so, we'll be down in this data. So if we do start to get above in the next week and a half or 2 weeks, that's going to give the opportunity for this 20-day moving average to start to flatten out and rise as price starts to rally back up into this all-time high VWAP, which is the black. So maybe we could start to get something like this on the daily time frame to start giving us evidence of this trend continuation. And not only do we have the 20-day moving average flat to rising, we have the 50-day moving average rising. This 200-day moving average is just currently kind of flat, and the data will start to meander, and we still have some time until we release all this data and we really just get that cycle of the 200-day moving average on a decline. However, if we do start to trade up and above over the next 3 weeks, this data will be chewed out. We'll be adding new data, and it will let that 200-day moving average rise and could fuel our break into this 41.92, which is our all-time high VWAP. So this could be a potential scenario that perhaps it wants to get going, rally up into here, start to move sideways, continue to build this base right here. So we kind of see over the last couple of days, it's kind of building this little base, right? But a potential situation is because it is rallying into the 20-day moving average. Maybe it wants to shake some more longs out down into this level and then get going. And then instead of seeing that 20-day moving average act like that, it kind of starts to act like this. The 20-day moving average could start to potentially act like something like that. And then we have bigger base here, and it kind of just undercuts that 50-day moving average a little bit. this previous area of resistance could then get tested, wash some more longs out, get rid of the longer term, the shorter term people, and then rally this back up, be able to reclaim, fuel up into this area, and then get going. So another thing I was watching here, just little Bollinger Band, cleaning up the drawings, is that we could see these Bollinger Bands are starting to widen out, move sideways. So I'm looking for these to get a little bit closer to help us understand if this is going to break out one way or another. Diving over to the intermediate time frame, see what we could look at over the next couple of trading days, which we talked about on the daily time frame. So for right now, we can see here that, shout out to Brian Shannon, you got the declining 5-day moving average, and all rallies into these declining 5-day moving average. All these rallies into a declining 5-day moving average, you can see here, have failed. Here's the declining 5-day. What happened to it? You're at a new low. A new rally into that 5-day moving average. What happened to it? You're at a new low. Now, as the tides start to turn and you're rallying up and you can see the slope starting to flatten out and rise, this is when you want to get on the board and start riding the wave. So now you have a rally to a new high above a flat to rising 5-day moving average. Here you're above. This is a textbook play on Friday. You start to trade above. You're holding above the 1-day VWAP, 2-day VWAP, and 3-day VWAP. So maybe this does want to get going. Maybe this either is going to flush down a little bit lower, rally back above, right? And then this could give us a great opportunity to get involved here above the 2-day VWAP. There may be a potential stop under this 30.27. This is coming from more of a swing trade perspective now, not a investing perspective. Just disclosure there. So perhaps this could rally back up. Even if we get a gap up, maybe get a little flush down to the 2-day VWAP, undercut last week's week to date, rally back above, and only fuel this up into this previous high. Let's see where this VWAP is here. Adjust this up into here. So, and we can start to get into this 34, 35 area, start to reclaim it, and that could give us the juice to get back up, maybe into this area. And that would give us, look something like this. So as this breaks up, reclaims, and then starts to squeeze those guys, and then gets going. And this stock's goofy. It's real momentum stock. It could run. So maybe it gaps up, flushes out and just goes, and you get something like this, flushes up and goes, right? And then we talked about the other daily situation is maybe, because it is under a declining 20-day moving average, right? It's coming up into this potential area of supply. You can see it on the intraday time frame, rallied up, failed, rallied up, failed. The big difference is we do have a rising 5-day moving average here, at least give us evidence that maybe buyers are gaining control and will be willing to push this through, and you see a sequence of higher highs and higher lows. So if this does fail, we'll be monitoring further decline. So say this say it gaps up, say if it fails, hits this 27, rallies back up, and then maybe we could see that potential time frame decline on the daily time frame that we drew out, which would look something like this up in this area. As you can see, that 2038. So as we come back down into that area, in this previous level of resistance that we talked about in the daily time frame earlier, could act as support. So this is putting two time frames together, that 30-minute time frame, that swing trading intermediate time frame. We started with the daily time frame, covered key levels, key VWAPs, moving averages, some key levels. If you like this type of analysis, please like and subscribe. Feel free to ask questions. Enjoy your day.